Alright, you little demons, Jules here, and you know what? I'm delighted to say that today's video is brought to you in partnership with Surfshark. But you know what? More on that in a little bit. Thanks to the constant deluge of titles hitting the market and the fact that most video games take upwards of 30 to 40 hours to see through, the act of hitting that glorious 100% completion mark is becoming a bit of a rarity. In fact, it's not that uncommon to find examples of video games that do a spinal tap on the whole situation and turn things up to 11, telling players that they've gone beyond 100%. So let's take a look at them. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are 8 video games that go beyond 100% completion. Number 8. Batman Arkham Knight. To take on the mantle of the Batman is to know what it is to push yourself to the limits of human endurance and beyond. Across his tenure, Juicy Brucey has been battered more times than Scottish cuisine and come up against foes that would make you piss your pants with their shadow alone. Therefore, is it any surprise to learn that Batman Arkham Knight laughs in the face of those who want that 100% completion marker? Well, it probably was to the fans of the game who bought it, because they'd probably seen enough of the arduous tank battles and bloody Riddler challenges, only to be met with New Game Plus that would give players another 100% on top of their previous perfection, making for 200% in total. Yet the night is long, my friend, and the Rogues Gallery isn't so easily put away, as this title also includes DLC, which counts for another 40% extra completion rating. 2 full playthroughs and the DLC? Even though that sounds utterly criminal, there is actually a reward at the end of all this, albeit a small one. For completing the game to 240%, you will unlock the Batman version 8.05 Prestige Edition, which is dark green in color with a big bold and gold logo on the chest. Now, to be honest, I would have expected a full gold suit for all the work I've just put in, but at least Gotham is a little safer for now. And by that I mean we get a 10-minute break before another random crime breaks out. Seriously, who would live here? Number 7. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. If there's one thing that Call of Duty fans know better than the slurry of insults leveled at them for simply existing by the rage babies that make up its player base, it is the glory of the Prestige. In a move that, on paper, sounds utterly insane, Activision decided to reward players for effectively completing its multiplayer mode and hitting the level cap by offering them the chance to throw all their hard work away and do it all over again in exchange for a little token. It really does sound weird, doesn't it? That all of those hours spent grinding to get guns and perks were cast aside for what amounted to a sticker with bragging rights attached to it. Yet the move, first introduced in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, was so popular that it's become a staple of the experience. Nowadays you'll see players with multiple prestige ranks under their belt, with some even managing to cap even this raised limiter, meaning that in effect they've gone beyond 100% run multiple times over. Activision even dared to address these diehards with an achievement mocking them for not spending their time better, which is actually pretty rude. Number 6. Every Donkey Kong game. If there's one franchise that loves thumbing its banana right in the face of players looking to complete them to 100%, then it has to be the Donkey Kong series of games, as quite literally every single one of them makes completionists look like a right monkey. This is because nearly every DK title goes above and beyond the 100% marker, with the original Donkey Kong Country hitting 101%, the almighty sequel Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest reaching 102%, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble capping out at 105%, although technically you do need a cheat code to see this, and Donkey Kong 64 also breaching the limit to 101%. And that's not even considering that Donkey Kong King of Swing, Donkey Kong Country Returns, and Tropical Freeze all go to 200% completion. The running joke of these games being packed with extra hidden content is only matched by its commitment to giving completionist players a bloody migraine.
Now, as we mentioned, today's video is brought to you in partnership with Surfshark, who are our favourite VPN providers here at WhatCulture, because the last time we worked together, they let me do this.
Howdy, partner. Want to watch new episodes of 90 Day Fiancé?
By now, you've heard about the benefits of a virtual private network and how great they are in terms of allowing you to access your favourite shows and websites in other countries. But they're about so much more than that.
Allow us to be serious for a moment.
Did you know that some websites increase their prices based on your location and browsing history? Not with a VPN. Did you know when accessing public Wi-Fi, your confidential data can be accessed by malicious third parties? Not with a VPN. Did you know a lot of banks will immediately freeze your account if you attempt to access it from another country? An understandable precaution, but not with a VPN. Did you know that some countries are starting to ban things like Facebook and TikTok because they absolutely hate the idea of you having any fun? Not with a VPN, Donnie. I'll floss all damn day long if I want to. Well, thanks to Surfshark, you can be the master of your own digital destiny across unlimited devices thanks to the incredible offer we have with them. Simply click the link in the description and enter promo code WhatCulture for 83% off and 3 extra months for free. 83% off. If I removed 83% of my clothing, we will be able to put the video out. That's how much that is. And on that mental image, back to the video.
Number 5, Splatoon 2. Whereas other games on this list might announce to the player just how much breaking the rules they've done when it comes to 100% completion ratings, Splatoon is actually a lot more subtle about the entire thing. You see, while it is indeed possible to go above and beyond in this paint-based blast of a title, the game doesn't actually track this for the player, capping out at 100%, which may lead you to believe that you've seen everything there is to do in this wonderful title. But oh, how wrong you were, my little squid kid, because if you have the mobile companion app for Splatoon 2, you'll see a myriad of stats that have tracked your progress through the game's hero mode. And if you manage to beat all of the stages with all 9 of the hero weapons, then you'll actually see that you have a completion rating of 1000%. In a way, it's actually nice not to know how far away we were from this lofty goal, but for those with Splatnet 2 installed, they'll forever be teased with this ridiculously high completion percentage goal. Number 4, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. If there's one thing that Dracula from the Castlevania series loves more than opulent castles filled with death traps and hammer horror monsters, it's opulent castles filled with death traps and hammer horror monsters that also flip upside down. This cheeky whippet just loves to pull the rug from under players looking to best this bat-based baddie, and will often reward those who have made it through his halls with a swift boot right back to the beginning and a new challenge presenting itself in the form of mirror-flipped maps and a slew of side areas being unlocked. For example, the outstanding Symphony of the Night video game boasts a full completion percentage of 200.6%, which players can only hope to achieve if they have visited every single area on the map and killed every type of creature and picked up every item. What makes this even harder is that the castle is packed with teeny tiny areas, all of which count towards this, meaning that you could swear that you've been to a place prior only to find out hours later that you had to go and stand in a specific area of the same room to have the game actually count it. It's not particularly a hard task for those enamored with Symphony of the Night, but it will take you considerable time, making it a completion-breaking milestone that might simply break your patience. Number 3, Crash Bash. Oh, Crash Bash, what a terribly strange title you are. The first in this series not to be developed by Naughty Dog, Eurocom decided to take Crash in a brand new direction in the hopes of not alienating the core audience who were still hot on the spinning marsupial, while at the same time hitting the biggest market possible. In shying away from making a platformer that wouldn't be up to scratch, they decided to follow the explosion of popularity that the Mario Party games were experiencing. However, whether through messing with the dark arts or just because of inexperience with the format, Crash Bash carved out its legacy not through pleasant party-based antics, but because of its grind-heavy hellscape of difficult minigames and inconsistent AI. The game is still fun, don't get me wrong, but slime Jesus was it hard in places. Some of the late-game completion requirements tasked players with winning every single round in order to get the highest rank, which in a format as chaotic as this was next to impossible. To add salt to the wound, players who thought that they were done with the game upon finishing a first run were met with an even greater challenge. For you see, they would need to collect every trophy, crystal, gold, and platinum relic, every gem, and beat every boss in order to get the coveted 201% completion mark. Even thinking about all of that is making me shudder to my core. Number 2, Dust, an Elysian Tale. To say that there is a lot to do in Dust, an Elysian Tale, is like saying performing an operation with boxing gloves on is a little bit tricky, as there is so much content on offer here that the title is fit to burst. Therefore, it's little wonder to see that Dust rocks a full completion completion ranking of 117%, and trust me, it makes you work for every single damn increment increase. First up, you have to have finished the game on all of the difficulty modes and acquire all of the weapons, log all components, find all the treasure, and get full map exploration under your belt. Then on top of this are a multitude of small moments which can easily be missed, such as talking to random characters to unlock special dialogue, and even signing an autograph for a fan. All in all, there's no way that you'd be able to do this without a guide, and with some of the requirements like getting max rank on all of the arena challenges taking hours and hours to do, you may well be dust by the time that you finally hit that max completion rating. And number 1, The Binding of Isaac. As we all know, The Binding of Isaac is one of the most ludicrously offbeat titles on the market. With its gross yet adorable aesthetics, challenging gameplay, and just one more go attitude, it's often held aloft as one of the tentpoles of the roguelike genre. It's also a title that treats its fans with a wild mix of respect and utter disdain, rewarding those that complete its harrowing challenges with harder and even more brutal runs, but almost mocking them for doing so with pathetic items and humorous jabs. Yet nothing takes the piss quite so acutely as the game's approach to breaking the boundaries of the 100% completion gimmick. As should the player complete everything the game has to offer, which will take literally hundreds of hours, then the game will air quotes reward you with a 1001% completion save file icon. Yet this is just the tip of the iceberg, my friend, as the Afterbirth Plus expansion made it so that if you went through and completed everything once more, you'd get a 1,000,000% completion marker, and you know what? There is still more, as if you managed to get 1,000,000% completion on 3 separate save files, then the game would change this to read that you'd actually got 3,000,000% completion. It's utterly ridiculous, both in the reward itself and the sheer amount of time that you'd have to put in to see this legitimately. And there we go, my friends. Those were 8 video games that go beyond 100% completion, and I hope that you enjoyed that. So please let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. And if you want to follow me over on Twitter, you can do so by heading there and typing in @RetroJ with a 0, where you can follow this big, bold, bad egg. Or you can go to Live and Let's Dice. It's where I do all of my video games streaming outside of work, and it'd be great to see you over there, my friends. As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. Never forget that, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.